First of all, I am Doc Wrestling. Second of all, this is Don't Oversell Wrestling. Third of all, my hair is a scarf. So throughout wrestling history, there's been numerous teams and groups of people that came into companies and called themselves taking over. Um, we've had the NWO, which is in the '90s. They came and took over WCW. We had jeez, Nexus, who actually came and took over WWE, where they were supposed to take over the ring and do all this stuff to people. And actually, no, they did choke out Justin Roberts and beat the hell out of John Cena. Then we had groups like DX, where they took over, as in, owning every title, like the Bullet Club or something like that. Who's, well, they haven't, not all of them, but they've held majority of the titles in a corporation while they were taking over. Even in NWO, going back to WWE and Vince McMahon and everything, and injecting their lethal dose of poison, as he would say. It's just been a continuous thing. But this most recent group, just like, they just don't get it. I don't get them. I don't understand the premise of them. And that group is Retribution. So, for those who don't know, Retribution is a group of people, as far as the WWE, which they just cherry pick, blindfolded a bunch of wrestlers and put them into a group. We actually have Dominic Dijakovic, who was fighting Keith Lee in some of the best matches NXT was putting on for a while at the time, as T-Bar. We have Shane Thorne, who wasn't doing too much of anything, and nobody probably didn't know his name until he did this, as Slapjack. Well, I'm not going to say that because he probably, he was in the independent scene and then he came over to WWE. We have Dio Madden, who was an actual former NFL player who came to WWE, who was an announcer, got put through the table by Brock Lesnar and disappeared. Never to have a match on or be on Raw again. He didn't even have a match on Raw. He just literally disappeared. And then you have Reckoning, who is Mia Yim, who was not having a bad career, just like Dominic Dijakovic. She wasn't in a lot of main event matches, no. She had just came off of a ladder match against Io Shirai, where they had messed each other up. She had got injured or something, then she came back. But then next thing you know, she disappears and is a part of this weak group. So when they first came in, like I said, they supposed to be taking over the company. But, it seemed strong because they came through with like 30 people and it only be like 6 people in the ring. So, the odds was on their favor. Next thing you know, they dwindled it all down to these 4 people. And eventually they just added Mustafa Ali. And now it's like they've been losing every match that they've been in. So where's the push? What was the point? Like, they come in, they destroy everybody, they beating everybody up, but then when the bell rings, it's like trash. It's complete trash to me. I'm sorry. Like, I don't see the hype behind them, or the group, I'm going to say. They just dropped a video on WWE, Twitter. I seen it on Instagram, but, it was on Twitter, saying, oh, this is why we do this. This is why we do that. Y'all didn't cheer for us. Y'all booed us. Y'all didn't want to see us. But actually, I did want to see Dominic Dijakovic as the North American champion. I'm going to be honest. I did. I really wanted to see Miriam in the War Games match. I wanted to see it. And to be honest, if she didn't get that injury in the ladder match, I want to say that would have been that would have put her into the War Games match. Mustafa Ali, he wasn't having a bad run. It's just that they wasn't pushing him. It's pretty much like everybody that's part of the Hurt Business. Like, they weren't pushing him. They didn't know what to do with him. Shelton, I don't even know if people realize, Shelton Benjamin's been there a while. He's been back, like, before the draft. So it's like, yo, What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Mustafa Ali was supposed to be fighting for the belt at WrestleMania, and here we are a year and a half later, and he hasn't had more or less a title shot. Not even I'm not even thinking about a title shot, but like a fatal four way to see who's going to go to another fatal four way or a tournament match to see who's going to, like, he's been on main event, and that's not good for none of them. Now, then, like I said, they're coming to the ring, and once the bell rings, they lose. I don't want to see that. I don't even want to see them anymore. It's like, what are they going to say to me that's going to convince me that they're good now? Especially if they lost almost all of their matches, if not all of their matches. I believe the only way to fix Retribution is to get rid of Retribution. Let Mia Yim go back to being the HBIC and Dominic Dijakovic doing the Feast Your Eyes. Like, that was cool for them. Give Dio Madden, he was okay on commentary. I'm not going to say I miss him or anything, but let him go train or something. Shane Thorne, an established wrestler who just got put in a stupid position, and then they going to drop him and be like, oh, you couldn't carry the buck. But at the same time, y'all give them stupid gimmicks like Retribution. They're supposed to be here to put people on blast and tear down the walls and all of the other stuff. But then at the same time, we're still having Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton still beefing. And this has been going on for like 4 months now. 4 months. Give somebody a chance, even a title shot. I feel like a lot of people would stay or even want to stick around if they had more TV time or opportunities or title shots or whatever the case is. Perfect example. I probably wouldn't be surprised if next week Cesaro will be part of Retribution, because he literally is one of the best wrestlers that they have in the company for the past 10 years that they have never given that belt to, and he so rightfully deserves it. So that's my video. If you have some good things to say about Retribution, you can put them in the comments or keep them to yourself. But at the same time, I hope everybody's out there staying safe. Wash your hands, wash your ass, lotion your elbows, be safe, and I'm out. Don't suck no